Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Francesa 5 for week number 8. But first, let me give you a little message from the good folks at Bet Rivers. This is an exclusive offer for our podcast listeners. Bet Rivers is giving you a second chance bet for this weekend's games. Just make a $10 deposit at Bet Rivers and use the code Francesa5, as in number 5, and you'll instantly earn a second chance bet up to $10 on any wager at plus odds or higher. That's Francesa5, that's the code. When you deposit $10 at Bet Rivers, good luck with your wagers this weekend. All right, now to the games for week number 8. My model I always look to do is one college, one prop, and three NFL if I can. Sometimes it doesn't come out that way. This week it did. College, very good game coming up. Mizzou at 6-1, at Vandy at 6-1, and this is not your daddy's Vandy team. This is a Vandy team that can flat out play, which has athletes, which has explosiveness, which can compete on a very, very high level. Mizzou can run it. They're especially good and powerful in that regard. But I love what Vandy's doing with their offense. I think there's a real purpose and a real buzz and energy around the Vandy program right now. Their quarterback is playing very, very good football. Vandy's a 2.5 point favorite. I think they win and hand Mizzou its second loss of the season. Game number 2. Um, Giants, and I don't usually pick the Giants, but I'll tell you something right now. I looked at it. I wasn't going to pick them, and it jumped out at me. The Giants being 7.5 point underdogs to the Eagles, and I thought, you know what? Right now, that's too high. Um, I think the Giants can line up and hold their own against the Eagles now, which is something you couldn't even consider last year. Last year, the Eagles just ran right over them and embarrassed them. This year, they're not doing that. They're not running the ball down the Giants' throat, and they're running the ball and moving the chains. And Scatterboo is having tremendous success. Add Dart's ability to run and pass, and I think he got a good football game here. Now, I know the Eagles are going to want to teach the Giants, the young Giants, the brash Giants, a lesson after the Giants won the way they did and celebrated the way they did after the game. I know that bothered some in Philly, but remember, something's always bothering somebody in Philly. We know that to be the case. The bottom line is you've won enough. Be quiet. Hey, I think the Giants are in this game. I'm not saying the Eagles won't pull it out. They very well might, but I think it's going to be a very good game. And I think the Giants, that's going to be their MO the rest of the way. They're not going to win every week. They're not going to the playoffs, but they're going to bother some people. They're going to scare a lot of people. They're going to energize their fan base week after week after week with Dart and Scatterboo and all the guys following them right now to better days. They are headed for better days. Those are coming. The Giants are on the uptick. There is no question about that. And I'm taking the Giants plus 7.5, 7.5 for game number 1 NFL. Now, game number 2, I've kind of made this pretty obvious. I think the Ravens are going to play a big game. I think this might be the healthiest you get them all year off the bye. Jackson's back, fullback's back, they got blockers back, they got guys on defense back. Bears are improved, but I think they've also defensively been the product of getting a lot of turnovers lately and had the games bounce their way, like the Washington game as an example. I think this will be a tall order. A tall order. I think you're going to get an A game out of the Ravens. We haven't had any. They're 1-5, and they want to take it out on somebody. I think they're going to take it out on the Bears, later 6.5 with the Ravens. And then game number 3, I don't like to pick the Chiefs when they're big favorites. I love to pick them when they're underdogs. But I like them here as big favorites because I don't think any team is more damaged by losing their quarterback than Washington is. Their whole identity, their everything they are is wrapped up in that quarterback. He is their team. Plus, they've had a million other injuries. I think this is a really tough call for Washington. Uh, as you know, the Chiefs won big last week. They could have won a lot bigger. A lot bigger. They could have named the score against the Raiders. I think they will put up 35. I think maybe Washington will put up 14, something like that, and I think the Chiefs at 12.5 win going away. So, my 4 games are Vandy minus 2.5, Giants plus 7.5 against the Eagles, Ravens minus 6.5 against the Bears, and the Chiefs on Monday night, 12.5 point favorites to blow out Washington. Now my prop bet. My prop bet is Sunday night, Pittsburgh. We go to Warren. There's no question what the Green Bay game plan is going to be. They are going to want to have Rodgers having his head on a swivel. They want him to play fast. They want to get him off his mark. They want to attack him. They're going to attack him, which means Rodgers knows going into the game, my number one priority is getting rid of the ball quickly. That means a lot of action in the flat for Warren, who is a very elusive, very good with the ball after the catch, can easily break any play that way. Very dangerous player. He's a good runner. I think he's a more dangerous receiver. He's a good two-way back for them. Has ability. I've always liked him. Always liked backs like him. Warren is his number in receiving is over 21.5 yards. He could get that on one play. I think Warren winds up catching 4 or 5 balls for 40 yards or plus. You only have to beat 21.5. That's my prop bet. Warren receiving yards over 21.5 against the Packers. So that's the Francesa 5 for week number 8. Last week we were 3-2. I think for the season we're 3 games over 500, which isn't great, but it's not bad. At least we're not losing. So we'll see if we can get on a hot streak. But good luck in your wages. And one thing, since we're talking predictions, I don't think anybody's beaten that Dodger pitching staff and their power and their lineup, top to bottom. I have great respect for Toronto's lineup. I don't think either team is great in the bullpen, but the starting pitching for the Dodgers right now is running so hot. I don't expect them to stay as hot because I don't even know if it's possible to stay as hot. Their ERA so far, I think, is from the starters is like a 140, 1.4 for the playoffs. They haven't lost a game when the starter's gone 5 innings. I mean, right now they're not losing. I was back and forth between Dodgers in 5, Dodgers in 6. I'll go Dodgers in 5. I hope I'm wrong and we get a longer series and get a dramatic series. You root for the underdog, or you like to see a good series. I don't really care who wins, but you root for the. I don't hate Toronto. I don't like them, but I don't hate them, and I don't really care who wins. But I just look for some good baseball games. But I think the Dodgers right now are just running too hot. I think they're on fire. I don't think anybody could beat them right now. I think Dodgers win in 5. We'll see you later.